All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and who also rule well. Peace and salutation to those of the hopeful elect. I just wanted to do a lesson going into how, this world, that we're in, this current, rulership is going to be a thing of the past. Okay, it's going to be a thing of the past. The way that this society is ran, all right, the way that we think a government, is ran, all right, everything is going to be done away with, man. All right, and the Lord is going to, lift up his servants, all right, the elect, okay, and put them in a rulership position, all right, to rule in the new world to come underneath Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. And this kingdom is going to be far beyond anything that you can imagine. All the kingdoms that ever existed on the earth prior, man, is going to far exceed, man. All right. So I want to get 1 Corinthians chapter 7. And I'm going to start at 29. It says, "But this I say, brethren, the time is short." All right. And the times that we're in, man, the Lord is speeding up the time. All right. And we can clearly see by the events that's taking place in the earth that any moment, that time of destruction can take place. OK, we can very well enter, into Jacob's trouble at any moment. All right. That you got the elites, they're talking about, Operation Warp Speed. But now you have Prince Harry, making, a public announcement pretty much saying that, time is running out for them, man. All right, which links up with Revelations 12:12, which show you that this devil's about to come down with great wrath. All right, so this is the mindset that we have to be in. So 1 Corinthians 7:29, "But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none." Yeah, all right. We still have to, take care of our household, but it's coming into a time, where, we're going to be out on the streets, man. All right. So, the Lord, the more closer we get, the more we have to hone in on Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. The more we have to put our focus towards serving the Lord. Okay. And not, trying to please our woman, making sure she's happy, because we're not set up, to be, the perfect husband. All right. We're set up. We have a job to do, which is to teach this word, man. All right. So especially now, since that judgment is approaching. Okay. Verse 30 says, "And they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not." Yeah. All right. Because, we understand that, this world is through, man. All right. And, when the elect get beamed up into a chariot, they're not even going to take the bodies, these fleshly carnal bodies with them. All right. Lord's will, we part of that number. All right. The only thing, that's going to be delivered is the spirit, the souls of the elect, man. All right. So you're not going to be able to take your car with you, your watch. All right. The clothes off your back. All right. You're not going to take anything, jewelry. Okay. So it says, and they that buy as though they possess not. So you have to be in that spirit to be willing to give up everything. All right. Because it's coming down to the wire where Esau, he's gonna implement, martial law, so they can force people to get chipped, which is with the microchip, identity, a tag. All right, and you won't have access to society unless you have the chip. All right, so the elect is not going to be partaking in the society. Once the beast system is implemented, once he causeth all both small and great, free and poor, rich and bond, to receive that mark, man. Once he makes it mandatory, or the elect is not going to partake in this society, man. All right. So you have to be willing to give everything that you have up, because it's not ours anyway. Okay. And you know, in certain cases, all right, even your children and your wife, all right, even they might get taken away. All right. Verse 31, it says, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. All right. So yeah, man, you know, not trying to get rich, you know, not trying to overindulge, you know, not trying to find, you know, multiple wives. All right. Because the fashions of this world is done, man. You know, going to the club all the time. You know, this ain't, you know, this society ain't normal, man. This society is not how, you know, you're supposed to run a society first and foremost. And this is not how you're supposed to live dwelling on the earth. All right. You have information overload, you know, Esau bombarding your mind, you know, with different, you know, advertisements. You know, you can't even think, all kind of different, you know, frequencies, you know, with Esau's faltered technology, you know, giving you headaches, you know, everything is polluted. OK, this is not normal. All right. But in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be perfected. Everything is going to be in perfection. All right. Everything is going to be a paradise. So I got the interlinear for the word fashion, because it said the fashion of this world is going to pass away. It says Strong's G4975. Let me see. Well, pretty much it says manner of life. Okay. External condition. Pretty much this manner of life is going to pass away. Okay. And we're going to enter into perfection. All right. We're going to see how everything is really supposed to go. All right. How the herbs, how you really supposed to use the herbs and their operations, how you really supposed to govern a household. And really it's all contained within the laws and statutes of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. But we're going to see, you know, the action of the laws in place. All right. It's going to be much more powerful seeing the earth ran by the laws versus than just reading it. OK, because the earth is going to be brought back into flourishing. All right. Once the true rulers are back in power. OK, let me get another precept. It's in the Apocrypha. Where it says, matter of fact, let me get this one first. Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with the sword destruction. All right. So this manner of life here down on the earth is actually a death style. Okay, they allowed, you know, a woman to be over a man, which is confusion. Okay, is ultimately it leads unto death. Okay, adultery. You know, they allow women to have liberty. All right, and then they uphold, you know, the alphabet community. Okay, they glorify the alphabet community, and hey, man, that's nothing but judgment towards this America, man. This is why America has to be destroyed for that reason alone, man. In like manner, all right, the thermonuclear destruction, all right, that fire and brimstone, but the Lord amped it up, okay? Because again, this is not the way anybody should be living on the earth, man. All crammed up in an apartment. You have somebody living on top of you, living next to you, okay? You know, there are evil spirits, you know, going rampant. OK, you know, people doing whatever they want to do, you know, eating abominable foods. OK, you know, and the list goes on. So this place is polluted. There is no way, especially for the nation of Israel, that we can find rest in this place. All right, because first and foremost, America was actually set up by the Lord, you know, as a punishment for the nation of Israel. All right. And to this day, we are yet in our captivity, man. All right. And that's the reason why, 2/3 of Israel is going to be destroyed right along with America. All right. Because, they're comfortable in their captivity. They have Stockholm syndrome. They love Esau, their slave master, man. Okay. And on top of that, we're under the curses, man. All right. And Jake think that they still don't want to, nothing better. Okay. They still can't see beyond America. They can't see themselves ruling, man. Okay. So they're going to be destroyed because, they're not trying to come back to Yahweh Shema Shai and put on a ruling class mentality. Okay. Let me get a quick precept. All right. But the Lord is calling his elect, all right, into this truth. All right. So they can learn proper judgment, so they can learn wisdom, because the scriptures say that wisdom, leadeth to a kingdom. All right. So it starts with this word. All right. Coming back to Yahweh Shema Shai, pleasing the Lord, so the Lord could set us up as the rightful rulers, man. Okay. Let me get Sirach 10. That's what I was looking for. Sirach chapter 10. And I'm going to start at 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. All right. And in the kingdom, that's what you're going to see. The elect underneath Yahweh Shema Shai sitting on the thrones. All right. And they're going to be instructing the people. All right. Not only Israelites, but also the heathen nations too. Okay. It says, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Okay. And you see this kingdom, there is no order to this place, man. Everything is out of whack. Okay. And Esau, he has his penal code. All right. And then you can, there's laws that you can vote in, and then there's laws that you can take out. There's no solid foundation, man. All right. Just like the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai, those laws are set for eternity, man. All right. But Esau, they have their foundation, which is their laws that they govern by. They don't even follow their own laws, man. All right. Verse 2, it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. In what manner the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Yeah, and you see the elites, they're ruling. And look at the people, man. All right. The people are sickly. They're in distress all the time. All right. They're angry. Okay. They're unhealthy. All right. And then you look at the elites, the elites look completely through too, man. All right. These people are these everyday Americans. They're Satanists, man. They worship Satan, man. All right. So how much more the elites? All right. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And Esau, Edom, the 1%, all right, the tribe of Amalek of the nation of Edom, you are unprofitable. You are unwise kings, man. All right, because you're also destroying your own people in the process, man. Just so a small family of you, can sit on the top and have that wealth, man. All right. But hey, man, you are going to be taken out of power, because this is not how the Lord intended the earth to be, man. All right. That's why the scriptures say to destroy him that destroyeth the earth, man. All right. The Lord is going to take you out of power because you're unwise, man. All right. You never set up to rule forever. You was only set up to be an example of how not to rule. Okay. Let me get a quick precept. All right. This is I believe it's in the here's Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay, so the wicked is bearing rule, and that's why the people are mourning. All right, but then when the righteous are in authority, all right, once the Lord sets up the nation of Israel, starting off with the elect, All right. Hey, even these after 1,000 years of slavery, all right, the heathen nations are going to enjoy the kingdom. All right. They're going to enjoy, you know, the rule of Israel. OK, because everything is going to be in order, and there's going to be, you know, you got to follow the laws and statutes with which the law is just. OK, but if you go off, then you're going to be punished according to the law, man. All right. But nevertheless, you know, we're not going to do these nations, you know, like how Esau is doing everybody, man. All right. It's going to be, you know, a righteous rulership, man. All right. Going back to Sirach 10:3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Yeah. And the kingdom of heaven is going to be for eternity. Why? Because, you know, that kingdom is going to be blessed. All right. Why? Because the nation of Israel is going to be administering the laws and statutes. All right. And the nation of Israel is never going to go off because they're going to have the laws and statutes written in their DNA. All right. It's going to be like secondhand nature to follow the way of Yahweh Shema Shai perfectly, man, with those new bodies. Verse 4, it says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. OK, and we're in that time where the Lord is about to set up the next rulers. All right. And how do we know we're in that time? By measuring the time diligently, what's going on in the earth, and linking it back to biblical prophecy. All right. The main measuring sign is the mark of the beast being implemented. All right. We see the beast system is already set up. OK, which lets you know we're that much closer to this kingdom being taken down and the Lord raising up his elect. All right. So going back to Sirach 10:5, in the hand of the Most High is the prosperity of man, and upon the persons of the scribe shall he lay his honor. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices. Pride is hateful before the Most High and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. All right. And Esau, Edom, they're super proud. All right. Because here it is. The Lord set them up in a power seat, but they're acting as if they did it on their own. OK, but, you know, the scriptures tell you that man cannot receive nothing least it comes from the Lord, pretty much, roughly paraphrasing. Least it comes from on high. All right. So the ideas that you had in your mind. All right. Hey, that came from Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. The breath that you take, you know, every step that you take, literally the Lord, you know, sanctioned it, man. So Esau, Edom, you're sitting in the power seat because the Lord put you there, not because of your own merit. All right. And that's why it says pride is hateful before the Most High and man. All right. Because Esau, now shameful spewing is on your glory. Now all the nations of the earth hate you, man. Why? Because of your actions, your wickedness, your pride. So I'm going to continue Sirach 10:8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So we're in the transitioning period. And that's why there's so many moving parts. That's why, you know, the chaos and uproars, the turmoil are in the earth. You know, the volcanoes, you know, the apocalyptic fires, you know, the earthquakes, you know, the chariot sightings. All right. The people, you know, on edge, the tension, you know, is being more and more intense. All right. We're entering into the time of great death and judgment. Is because the earth is ushering in the return of the next king of the earth, which is Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. So everything is moving. It's in a transitioning period. All right. And Esau, Edom is on his way out the door, and America has to be destroyed and made an example of, man. All right. So it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right. So now all the riches of the earth, all right, Esau, Edom is going to have to, you know, cough it up, man. All right. And they're going to be translated from Esau to the nation of Israel. All right. Because the elect, once they get beamed up to escape the thermonuclear destruction, all right, hey, they're going to wait until the smoke resides. Then they're going to come back down out of those chariots, okay, in those new bodies, all right, which is New Jerusalem coming down from heaven, all right. And then they're going to proceed, Psalms 149, all right, to go into the cliffs and the rocks and dig up these elites in their underground bunkers and then put them in slavery, man. All right. And all the gold, the silver, all the precious minerals that these elites have been heaping unto themselves is going to be, translated over to the nation of Israel. All right. Verse 9, it says, why is earth and ashes proud? All right. Speaking of Esau, okay, the so-called white man, this devil is proud, man. He really thinks that he can fight against the Heavenly Father and his son and the angels. That's why they putting, weapons in outer space. That's a proud thing to do. What do you intend on using those weapons on? All right. But you see, the Lord has to show you, man. It says there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. All right. Esau, I tell you, that he coveted fields. All right. So this man, he's Esau. The spirit is not right in Esau, man. All right. Every wicked trait Esau possesses, man. It says, for such an one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. All right. Verse 10, it says, the physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. All right. And we understand that Yahushua is the physician. All right. And he's coming back to heal, all right, the nation of Israel. All right. But also it says the physician cutteth off a long disease. And Esau, Edom, he is a plague in the earth. He is a disease to the earth. All right, because ever since he got in rulership, it tell you that, evil's multiplied in the earth. OK, so he's a disease. All right. He's the only one that did mass deforestation. He's the only one, that fucking hunts for sport. All right. He's a disease. But it says the physician cutteth off a long disease. So Esau, he's been here for a long time, but he's about to get cut off. All right, the scriptures tell you after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, all right, the nation of Edom is going to be no more. All right, the only nation out of the heathens that's going to be eliminated. All right, so it says, why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, for such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. The physician cut off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. All right. And that's why when Esau gets taken out of power in the kingdom, it's going to be like he never ruled. All right. And the kingdom is going to be so different. OK, it's going to be like a whole nother realm. It's going to be a whole nother way of existence that we have never experienced before. All right. That's why the scriptures tell you. Let me actually get it. This is 1 Corinthians 2:9. But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High hath prepared for them that love him. All right. So we can't even fathom how the kingdom is going to be. We only have, bits and pieces. Or we understand that, we're going to go back to being in a greater stature, a higher, a bigger stature. We understand that the fruits is going to go back to being, huge. We understand that the kingdom, is going to be built up of many different gemstones, and the streets is going to be paved with gold. But there's going to be another thing, living in it. All right. For eternity. All right. Being able to go to the many different mansions that the Lord has, the many different planets in different solar systems, man. All right. The Lord is about to open up everything towards, the nation of Israel, starting off with the elect, man. All right. So we're not going to have to deal with, Esau's technology, how, every time you buy something from the store, the shit end up breaking. You got to plug it into the wall. In the kingdom, we're going to tap into unlimited power, and our power is going to work seamlessly with nature, man. All right. So it's not going to be detrimental to the environment. All right. We're not going to have to plug in, a TV into the wall, You know, hey man, everything we have is just gonna be off pure power, spiritual power, man. We're gonna be able to open up holograms, portals. All right. So this way of living is gonna be done away with, man. But nevertheless, you know, things is gonna be still governed by the laws and statutes. So we're still gonna eat. We're still gonna have wives. There's laws on how to deal, you know, with your wives. All right. How to treat your brother. Or we're still gonna be following these things, but we're gonna be on a high level, man. All right. You know, so this place is through. All right. The Lord is clearly going to destroy this place, you know, by all the evil and wickedness that's going on. All right. And we're only going to see the Lord's judgments increase, man. All right. But as, you know, things is going on, hey, we still have that hope for the kingdom because we know something is better. All right. Coming real soon, man. All right. Hey, we have light at the end of the tunnel. We have that hope. All right. These people, when their heart is in America, in this world, hey, their mind is going to crumble right along with this place, man. All right. So with that being said, I hope this lesson is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rechakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and who also were well. Peace and citation to those of the hopeful elect. Shalom and Abba Babal.